I just started streaming episode 6, part 2. And then
Nice.
part 1 is actually gonna come after part 1.
And by the way, did you upload the second part of last episode that we just recorded that we didn't go live? You know, the one where we had all the, like, the episode was like, yeah, nothing interesting. And then after we started, just like we stopped streaming, we just recorded and it was like, oh my God, that is the best conversation we've ever had.
Oh, that's right.
So it's
Oh,
going to be
wow.
like part 1 of an episode, part 2 of a different episode, and then like the other parts of those 2 episodes.
Oh, I completely forgot about that. Let me go look for that right now.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We're already like live at the moment, so the order is still going to be out anyway.
Yeah, I need to download this. Nothing interesting.
It's just like it was literally the best episode we
That
filmed
was,
because it was like, oh my God.
yeah. Okay, so let me get my, oh no, I'm gonna do it on the whiteboard. New whiteboard.
Isn't that kind of racist?
All right. New European descent board. Okay, so
even Zoom is racist. It said whiteboard.
let's see here. It's copy my business.
But you don't have a business.
Box. Business in a box. Instant business. Okay, so that's the idea. So a lot of
a lot of words require you to speak them out loud for other people to understand.
That's true most of the time.
Most of the time.
Okay, this is weird. I was thinking that you had to say all words out of your mouth, but that's not true.
It's true. A lot of people talk out of their butts. Are you going to elaborate, or am I going to have to come up with the answer myself?
That's a word.
True. Although the spelling is highly debated.
Let's see. Grow your audience. Build network. Let's see.
But I feel like this process that we're going through is
Your list.
a combination of all the things we've been talking about. It's like, how do we build a business without building a business?
Yeah.
What are the questions we need to ask in order to effectively, build our business? And it's like all the different elements we've been coming up with over the last couple days, weeks, maybe even months is kind of like coalescing into one thing. And I'm like, ooh, this is cool.
Yeah, I think at least the marketing side of it is sexy enough that I think we can get some attention out of it. I like the fulfillment of it. I think we're getting closer to it. The business in a box idea, I think the newsletter is the simplest idea I think that this could be. Because you're literally like I'm gonna send you the swipes. I'm gonna send you the offers. Like you just have to like go sign up for the same thing so that you're an affiliate for the stuff. But it's like, here's almost virtually everything is done for you except for, go plug in your own details to make sure. Honestly, like even if you offered like a VA with with the thing, it's like, here's the, like, drop in the details in this form, and then we'll even like set up your.
Dude, I just realized this whole system can be a series of upsells of like, hey,
Yeah.
copy my business for $100 a month. If you want us to also, connect you with someone who can drive the traffic for you, it's $200 a month. And like you pay for the traffic. So it's like the extra $100 is to pay the agency to run your ads and to do everything. And then it's like, if you want a VA to go out and like run the back end for you, well, that's an extra 50 per month, or it can be like even another 100. So it's like, to them, it's like $300 per month, but the business is fully automated. There's a VA that does it for me, and there's an agency that sets up and runs all the ads for me. All I need to do is pay for like the traffic generation.
Mhm.
It's like it's literally a fully automated business for $300 per month, as an example. Like I don't know what the numbers would be exactly,
Yeah.
but it's like if we can find the pieces and put them all together,
Mhm.
like it's literally a fully automated business. Like more and more I see ads for that everywhere of like, hey, just copy my business. And it's like, yeah, it seems fully automated, but it's like you go out and it's like, okay, I still need to go in and do the work and set everything up, and it's not guaranteed. And it's like, there's all this, but this system, once it's set up and it's
Uh-huh.
put into work, it's literally like an automated business where you literally do not have to do any of the work.
Yeah.
And it's funny because in general, when it's like automated businesses, like the one that I sign up for, it's like, all right, I've worked like years and years and years and built a bunch of different stuff, and it's like made millions of dollars, but it's like I had to go out and do all the work, and then you can just copy and you don't have to do the work.
Mhm.
We're doing that minus all the work. So we're like, all right, how can we automate the process of creating a business that can be replicated so we can sell the business itself?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, a while back, what was it ago? Like a week ago, something like that, where you're like, I don't want to like make money. I want to make money that makes money. And
Yeah.
this concept is pretty much that. It's just like we're, instead of just building a business, we're building a business that can be copied and sold over and over again.
Mhm.
Man, I, I know it sounds boastful, but we're fucking geniuses.
If we can get this to work, we'll definitely be. I think
And the
I
thing
think
is, like, if this were, no, sorry, when this works, because like maybe it's not perfect the way we're thinking of it now, but I feel like this or version of this is going to work at some point.
yeah.
Once we figure this out, the ironic part is we weren't smart to create this. We were as dumb as we possibly could, as lazy as we possibly could, and this is why we came up with this.
Right.
So it's like, even though it is super smart, the way to get there was by being dumb and lazy. Oh man, I really want to say this one day. Like once I make a bunch of money, it's like, how did you get rich? Oh, by being dumb and lazy.
The
Oh man.
7-figure funnel template. Find a niche. How to find your niche in less than 5 minutes. Start your blog.
Oh, dude, it's really funny because what you just said there, like 7-figure funnel, and what we've been talking about, like literally, I don't want to say stealing because it's just like copying. But
Yeah.
anyway, like, just copying other successful people is the solution. It's like, I recently signed up to a ClickFunnels offer, even though like I already had most of the things and the service they were offering wasn't really good. I got it for the bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
One of the bonuses was, I forget what it was called, but it's basically like, I think it was 15 of the top like affiliates on ClickFunnels who were literally walking you through their entire funnels. Like, you know, the funnel that generates the like 2 comma award, 3 comma, I forget what it's called anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like they're literally walking you through the funnel. Like, this is the landing page, this is the thank you page, this is the upsell and everything. And there's like 15 of the people who got those awards who are literally walking you through their most successful funnel.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, just for that, that's the only reason why I bought like that entire package. So it's like, it's that principle of, all right, who's super successful? How can I copy their exact system?
Yeah.
Oh man, we were dumb before. Like, hey, let's create our own thing. Let's come up with this cool new concept. It's like, no, just copy whatever other successful person is doing. Uh, all right, so you wanted to brainstorm this, like work it out. How do you want to do that? What's the process you want to go through?
Um, okay, so there's the offer is copy my business, and what you get out of it is grow your list. All right, so in order to make this work, because what we're trying to solve is like, how do you grow your list for little to no cost? And oh,
I like the sound of that, whatever that was.
Okay.
Nope, I just farted.
um okay, so what, like, supercharge your list. So if you are growing a list, instead of making $1 per subscriber, if you could 10x your revenue and make 10 times what a typical email list is worth, that's valuable. So supercharge your list is another offer.
Ooh, okay, so what if we use, just for fun, like this 10x principle of, all right, how can we 10x every step of the way? So in both directions. So it's like, all right, step one, build the audience. How can we build the audience 10 times faster, 10 times bigger for 1/10 of the price and 1/10 of the time? So it's like, just for fun. Like, it doesn't have to be like 10, but just for the heck of it, like with that level of thinking, how would we go about doing this? Like, I want to be able, ideally, if we can, to get to the level of like, I don't know if you read the book, like Brendan Kane, where he built a 1 million person audience or followers anyway on like social media, but like he did it in 30 days. It's like, can we come up with a system that's like that level of like, all right, let's build like a 10,000 person audience or like 100,000 audience in 30 days, or like
I feel like I
something
should
like
read
that,
that book.
just like blows your mind when you're like, wait, that's possible?
Yeah, I feel like I should read that book to kind of take away, because I know he did it with like ad spend.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, how do we take the strategy of like what a lot of people do, which is like, if you have the right offer, if you have a way to grow your list and make money while you do it, and then if we're able to wrap the community element into it where you're supercharging your list, you're making them much more valuable, that list organically grows itself, and then the community nurtures those prospects. So it takes people who are like kind of an okay fit, turns those prospects into buyers. So now turning you're turning a lower quality list into a higher quality list, like without you having to do the work. Um,
Okay, my question is, how do we like 10x, just because like it's an easy concept to understand, but like how do we do that for every step of the way? So it's like, all right, how do we explode the audience by building it super fast?
mhm.
And then at the same time, from the very beginning, set up that upsell of like, hey, just copy my business. So instantly I generate like a crap ton of money. So it's like every step of the way, it's just like supercharged.
Yeah.
Like if we
All
can
right.
figure that out and kind of like plan it out in the beginning. So we're like, oh, we understand how we do every step of the way.
Mhm.
We can kind of like set things up in the back end. And once we're ready, we just kind of like launch and everything just like explodes out of nowhere seemingly.
Yeah.
Because like I'm still doing the
No.
process like slow way, set everything up. But it's like if we come up with that system and set everything up and then just kind of like turn it on,
Yeah.
we could go from like, well, we're slowly building the list, slowly making a little income to crap, we just made $100,000 this month.
Yeah. Yeah. It's totally possible. I think the thing that people get super excited about is like ads are the fastest way to scale, and they can be really reliable. The problem is you have to validate what you're doing first. If people aren't going to click, if they're not going to convert, if that pathway into your ecosystem isn't efficient, it costs so much to get people into your thing that if they're not converting at a good rate, then you're not going to make the money to be able to outspend your ad costs. So it's really crucial to get that messaging right so that you just put the offer in front of people and they're like, holy shit, how do I sign up yesterday?
Yeah, it's like,
So it's like the slow part is the fast part. Because otherwise you'll spend your way to to figuring out, oh, that didn't work.
yeah, I think like either we need to come up with a system where we can build a list for free, or we need to kind of like do the work on the back end, test on a small scale to see what works and what doesn't work. And then once we figure it out, then we build the system and we've tested every single step. So we're like, we know that everything works. Now it's just a question of turn everything on and just
Mhm.
watch it explode. Because I'm thinking like with this system, all right, not everyone's going to upgrade and everything, but let's say like on average per subscriber per month, we're making like $50.
Mhm.
Then we can afford to spend like $25 to acquire one new person on the list because we know that we're instantly doubling our money. Whereas like the initial strategy was like, okay, just grow the list. And it's like, all right, the average for a list is $1 per month. So it's like, I need to try to get clients for less than $1 per month. And
Mhm.
that's like really hard nowadays.
Yeah.
If I can afford to spend like 25 per person, well, that is way easier. And I get way better quality people for that price.
Mhm.
And even that seems like really expensive. I think like $5 per person, $10, like would be more than enough. I feel like we're both like doing our own business, but at the same time, we're slowly coming up and testing out a system that we can just like explode everything that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
We're basically setting up our businesses, but on the back end, we're coming up with another like mega business that once everything's set up and launched, like our other respective businesses are going to be like, yeah, this is crap. Let's just trash it. Which is funny because before, like, that was the ultimate goal. Like, yes, that is the business I want to build. It's going to be amazing. And now we're like, yeah, soon it's going to be crap. But I love that we're at that level of thinking. Man, this I like this new approach because in the past, like if we came up with this idea of like, oh, just sell a copy of your business and that is how you explode your income. It's like, okay,
Mhm.
how can we charge that? How can we offer that as a product? And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, okay, if we did that, we could have made money, but it's like, okay, we're going to offer that, but we're not even going to charge for it. All we want to do is build our list on the back end.
Mhm.
It's like that just makes that offer so much more valuable because we change our perspective. Our perspective is not like, oh, how do we make money? It's no, how do we build the list so that then we can generate as much money as we want on autopilot?
Yeah.
I really feel like this has the potential to become like one of those companies or things that you see like explode out of nowhere and you're like, how is that possible? And it's like you look at how they did and you're like, wow, that is so genius. It's like I see the potential in this, even though it hasn't been done yet. Ooh.
Mhm.
Okay, when you see stuff like that and you're like, oh man, I wish I thought of that. This is that. It's like it's the thing that I wish that I thought of, except that I did think of it. Dude, with this strategy, once it's like tested out and it works and we can just kind of like replicate it, we could probably relatively easily and relatively quickly build the biggest like email list out there. Because instead of competing with other people, we're like, hey, just promote our thing to your list. Let us grow our list and you get this like amazing business strategy for free. So it's like we don't even need to pay because I don't know who the biggest like who has the biggest lists on the internet, but I know that Russell Brunson has one of the biggest ones. And it's like I think around 5 million. But
Mhm.
it's like he spent a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of energy to grow that
Yeah.
because he was doing it like the old fashioned way. But with our strategy, we can just like approach anyone who has anything to do with like entrepreneurship or businesses online or anything like that and just be like, hey, promote this to your list for free. And we get like a percentage. If the conversion rate is like, let's say 10%. Oh, every time we find someone with like a 10,000 person list, we add 1,000 people to our list. It's like there's, I don't know, probably tens of thousands of lists out there.
Mhm.
There's just like the potential is pretty much endless. And people are dumb. And I include our past selves in that. I think this is really the 95-5 rule or like principle at work of like, all right, let's set up the business the way that 95% of other people do. But the 5% different is yeah, we're not going to pay for traffic.
So let me see if I can understand the the strategy again. It's you have the newsletter, like the funnel for the squeeze page for people to sign up to a newsletter, and then the newsletter is affiliate like affiliate offers. And what you're doing is you're offering, okay, so I have this business in a box that you copy everything from it, and the offer is, if you promote this offer to your list, you basically just build a like a sales page that they subscribe, like you create a recurring revenue for this offer, and they sign up, and I'm the fulfillment.
Actually, the two things are separate. So it's like the list that I'm building is the strategy we're talking about, of like exactly what you described. Like the squeeze page, they sign up to the email list, and then the upsell is, hey, the best way to make money online is to just copy my business. So you can copy the exact emails that I write. I'm going to give you the exact offers. You go on ClickBank and you sign up as an affiliate, just copy and paste the email that I send you with your link instead of mine. And all you have to do is go out and build your list. And then if I want an upsell, could be like, hey, I'm partnering with this agency and you can pay them and they're going to build a list for you.
Mm-hmm.
That is like the business that I run. The other way, like the other aspect, is how I grow the list. And that is finding other people who also do what I do. So they have a newsletter and they promote affiliate products on there. And then I approach them and say, I have this strategy where you can potentially 100x your business with very little work. In exchange, I want you to promote my offer to your list. And that is how I grow my list. So it's kind of like I approach other people who are doing what I'm doing and give them the strategy to explode their business in exchange for allowing me access to their list. So it's like I'm never promoting that offer to the people on my list, if that makes sense. I know it's kind of like complicated.
Yeah. So the offer is copy my business. That's the standard offer that goes out to everybody on your list.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what you're offering to people with audiences is
copy my business strategy.
Yeah.
Because they already have a business, so they don't need to copy my business. There's no value in that for them.
Right.
Right? You have the business, you just don't have the strategy to allow you to explode your income.
Yeah. So I feel like this is, yeah, so this, I think this is what I was seeing, is you're essentially offering to people with lists. You're saying, I want to grow my list. And so in order to make it valuable to you, I'm white labeling my service. So you can offer it to your people. You make 100% commission on anything that people sign up for reoccurring revenue. That's yours because it's your list. But because they're going through my system, that will allow me to grow my list as well.
Nope. It never goes through my system. They set up everything on their end. All I do is provide the strategy. They set everything up. My payment is just that they send, let's say, 1 email per month promoting my newsletter to their list. That is all they have to do.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because if I did it the other way of like, all right, everyone who upgrades to this new offer that you have gets added to my list, well, people didn't really sign up for that, so it'd be kind of weird. And at the same time, like it limits me to, let's say 10% of their audience upgrades. Well, I only have access to 10%. Whereas if they just promote to their entire list, I have access to the entire list. And also, I feel like the people who upgrade to that system within their list won't be interested in doing the same on my list.
I'm not sure I'm following.
Sorry.
What are we talking about when we're saying upgrade?
Well, upgrade of like, hey, you pay me $100 per month and you get to copy my entire business on autopilot. It's like if they set up that system for their list,
Right.
everyone who upgrades, well, if they subscribe to my list, then why would they upgrade to my upgrade since they already upgraded on the other list? Like it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you copy two different businesses? You just need one.
Right, right. But I mean, essentially, if you're making it so it's zero work for the person who has the business. I mean, the offer is if they have an audience, the way that they're making money is they're promoting things to their audience. Now, it may be mostly their own offer, but like the principle is still the same, which is like copy my business, which is get people onto a list and promote things to them.
Yep.
So if you basically just have your exact offer and setup and land page, like all of the stuff that you offer to people for that business model, and you just had them promote it and say like get $100 recurring revenue, or if they think their audience will pay $300 a month or whatever, you basically set it up so it's their like they're the ones promoting it. It's their name, their brand, whatever. People are signing up under them, but because they're just using your off the shelf, like all the stuff that you've built, they automatically go into your list. Like you get access to them because they're signing up into your fulfillment stuff. So it's like they don't have to even promote you to their list, so to speak. You're just getting access to those people.
I see what you mean, but I just feel like that would be a lot of work to set up and run everything. And the benefit wouldn't really be that big. Because like the simplicity of, hey, I'm giving you this free business strategy that can make you a crap ton of money. In exchange, I just ask that you promote my offer to your list one time per month. It's like, it's very simple for both of us. They get to control their entire business like they did before. They just make way more money. And I get to build my list for free. I'm just trying to like, I'm trying to figure out what is the simplest version of this, you know?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say is like I feel like from the business owner standpoint, I don't see any benefit in me. Like if I'm gonna have to go build something, like if I'm gonna spend a day building something, why would I promote somebody else once a month? It's like I'm doing all the work in my head.
Yes, but you wouldn't be generating any of that extra income without the strategy that I give you.
Yeah, but as soon as you reach out, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. I can do that, and I don't have to like do. I mean, I don't know. It
I mean, yeah, I'm sure some people are going to be like, yeah, screw you. I'm just going to steal the idea and not do anything for you. But I feel like most people online, if they make decent money and they have like a legit business, they're not the type to screw you over. And even if they are, like, whatever, you don't lose anything. They make a bunch of money and they have a guilty conscience. I don't have anything bad happen to me as a result.
I think what I'm trying to solve for is making it more valuable for them to funnel people to you. Whereas right now, I don't know if you're seeing that like the obstacle for that to happen is like there's still a couple of steps that they need to do in order for people to get to you. And if you can remove those barriers, um,
I mean, if there's a simpler way to do it, definitely. I just don't really know if there is, because like I want people to choose to sign up. I never want someone to like be added to my list automatically because they signed up to something or purchased something.
I
And
gotcha. I see what you're
like
saying.
another strategy, like once the list starts to grow, and then I start implementing the strategy of, hey, copy my business.
Mm-hmm.
One of the stipulations in there could be you have to once per month promote my list to the list that you're growing. So it's like if I have 100 people who upgrade to that offer, it's like, yeah, okay, I'm making $100 from each of those people. But in order to keep growing my list, I make a deal with them that for as long as you're part of my service, once per month, you just have to send an email promoting my offer to your list. And once again, it's just part of the emails, but like that is one email that you absolutely need to send. So it's like when they grow their list, I keep growing my list because at the same time, they promote my offer to their list. So it's like I'm building the list from the front end and the back end at the same time. Does that make sense? Nothing interesting. Everything uninteresting.
Let's see here.
Like it's kind of it's a lot to wrap your mind around, but it's like once the system is set up, it's very simple. And it's like it generates, well, it grows the list from every direction at the same time. Because like the first strategy of reaching out to people and giving them the business idea in exchange for promoting my offer, that's the original strategy to grow the list. Well, like, hey, if once I get to the point where it's like, all right, I have 10,000 person list, like I have, let's say 500 people who upgraded to the like paid version. So I'm making like, what, 500 times 100 is, wait, 50,000? Yeah, 50,000 per month from that. But it's like, if on top of that, those 500 people, as they're growing their list, once per month, they promote my list to their list, that's just going to keep growing my list every single time. Like it makes sense in my head. I just don't know if I'm explaining it properly.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure that I'm following because I feel like there's still a lot of resistance for me in terms of like how simple it is for somebody to say yes to it. So step one would be give me the pitch. Like let's say I have an audience of 1,000 people and you're like, I know you. Hey, can we talk? I have an idea.
All right. So you have your list. And with the strategy that I'm going to show you, you have the potential to 100x your income with very little setup work. You could literally just hire a VA to do all the work for you, and you don't have to do any of the work, and you just make way more income. And the strategy behind that is your business is you have an email list, you promote affiliate offers to that list. That's how you generate income. But if you promote your own offer, which is, hey, I have this business strategy, just copy my entire business. Just take the subject lines, the emails, the affiliate offers that I'm promoting to you, and go promote that to your list that you're going to build. So everything's automated. You don't need to come up with subject lines, the copy, the emails, the offers, anything. You just have to go to ClickBank, sign up as an affiliate for that offer, copy the email text that I send you, insert your affiliate link, send that to your list. All you have to do is go out and build your own list. The back-end business is fully automated because you're literally copying everything that I'm doing. And for that service, you charge that person, let's say $100 per month. So for them, they have an entire business that they just copy and paste, or they can go on there and also hire a VA to do everything for them. So it's a fully automated business. All they need to do is grow the audience. Does that make sense?
So,
Basically, you're
my business is
and selling your business for a monthly recurring fee. So if the average that you make per client or per subscriber per month is $1, for every person who upgrades, you don't really have to do any more work, because once you do the small work of setting that up, everything's automated. All they do is copy your business. And you generate $100 per month per person who upgrades rather than having $1 per month.
Gotcha. So let's see, if your revenue is like 100K a year.
Let's say you have 10,000 people per month. You make an average of $1 per month per subscriber. So you're making $10,000 per month. Let's say 1% of those people upgrade. So you have 100 people. So 100 times 100, you're making an extra $10,000 per month for only the tiny setup work that you did in the beginning. And you're making an extra $10,000 every single month.
So you're 2xing your revenue.
In this case, yes. But the thing is, as you grow this, the more you build and the more that people upgrade, the more that you're making. But for every single person that upgrades, you're making 100 times more. And that's just a base price. As you see, if you see that this starts working and people are actually copying your business and making a bunch of money, you can afford to charge 200, 300, 500, 1,000. Like if someone's making $10,000 on a business by just copying everything you're doing, they would be more than happy to pay you $1,000 per month just to have access to that.
Yeah, so how does somebody who signs up for this business grow their list?
That is the thing that we need to figure out. Like one solution could be to partner up with a lead gen agency and just be like, hey, they're going to do all the work. They're going to run the ads. They're going to set up the funnels and do everything. You just need to pay them a recurring fee per month. So they run everything for you. And then you pay the ad spend. So it's like, it's more expensive because you're not doing the work yourself. You're outsourcing it, but you're growing the business without having to do any of the work. So it's kind of like, there's two options. There's the do it yourself option of go and build a list yourself. It's going to be cheaper, but it's probably going to take more time. Or we have this service that you can just sign up for and they do the work for you. It's more money because you have to pay someone to do it, but you're going to grow your list way faster.
So let's see, we need, let's see, affiliate.
Because I feel like there's a bunch of lead gen agencies out there. all we need to do is do a little research, run a few tests, like, all right, we'll hire for a month to help grow our list. So at the same time, we're growing the list and we're figuring out, all right, is this agency a good fit for this? If so, then we can be like, we can approach them and be like, hey, we're setting up the system. We're going to generate a bunch of clients that we can send your way. What is the deal with it we can make so you profit from this and we profit and they get to build their list at the same time? Because like, if we're doing this and we funnel like, I don't know, 10 clients to them per month, like 10 clients is not that much, but at the end of the year, it's 120 recurring clients that they have. It's like, I'm sure we can strike a deal with them where we get a commission for every client we refer, the client gets a discount, and like everyone wins.
Commission based.
And I mean, we don't even really need to do that because on the front end, when we're pitching the offer, we can literally explain like, hey, we're selling you the business. So you get to copy every single thing we do. You don't have to do any of the work. You just copy and paste, sign up for the offer, insert your link, send the email. If you don't want to do that, you can even hire a VA to do it for you. All you have to do is go out and build your list. Like that can be the pitch. And from the start, it's like they don't feel cheated because they know like, oh, it's not a fully automated thing. I still need to go and build the audience. If we make that clear from the get-go and like they sign up, they know from the start, like that's my job, building the audience. Obviously, it makes it better and more valuable if we have that option of, if you don't want to do that, you can upgrade. And we partnered with this agency that's going to go and build a list for you. So it's like, we don't necessarily need that to launch this like business offer, this business upgrade. It's just, if we can do it, then we can afford to charge more for it and we can have that extra upsell. Because I feel like that's what's really valuable in funnels, having those multiple upsells. And it's like, we come up with an offer that's like amazing and perfect from the get-go, we don't have any potential for upsells. But in this case, it's like, all right, you just copy our business. If you don't want to do the work of copy and pasting everything every day, well, we have a VA agency that we partnered with, so we can just assign you a VA. It's an extra $100 per month, but everything's fully automated. All you have to do is go and find and build a list yourself. And then the second upgrade is, hey, if you don't want to do any of the work, we partnered with this lead gen agency. You can hire them for this extra bucks per month. So it's like, instead of being $200 per month with the upgrade of the VA, it's like $500 per month. And you just, that extra 300 is to pay that agency to go out and do the work and set everything up. All you have to do is pay the ad spend. So everything's fully automated, but it costs more because you have to pay for the ads to grow the list. So it's like, everything can be an upgrade. And it's like, if we make special deals, it's like, all right, $100 goes to us. If we upgrade to the VA, like maybe the VA only charges 50 per month, but we charge 100. So we make an extra 50 on that. And then the lead gen agency, maybe they charge only 200, but we upgrade to like an extra 300. So we make another 100 on that. It's like, if we set it up in such a way that we make more money every time and their job gets easier, then everybody wins. And we have those multiple upsells. But I think that's more like, we could set it up like that from the very beginning, but I think that would be a lot of work. In the beginning, we just need that one basic upsell of, hey, you signed up because you want to make money online. The easiest way to make money online is with a newsletter. And for $100 a month, you can literally copy and paste my entire business. All you need to do is grow your list. Like that is already very valuable. And it's like, as we go along, we can kind of add the back end upsells, but we don't need that to launch in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because this is like another level of done for you. Because in general, done for you is like, when it comes to business, it's like, well, this is my business. I'm going to walk you through step by step how to set everything up, but you still have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas this is literally like you copy the exact business. It's not the business principle. You literally copy the subject line, the email, the exact same offer. Like all you have to do is copy and paste and insert your affiliate link instead. Like that is way simpler than the quote unquote done for you things that they advertise all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is I've never seen any offers like this where it's like literally done for you. The only real done for you that I've seen is lead gen agencies, or like, we're going to build a funnel for you.
Yeah.
Like the setting up a business, like copy my business is never really copy my business. It's copy the principle, the idea of business. But this is literally copy and paste my entire business.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying is like, that's what's attractive about it. So if you can make that offer to people with audiences, not copy the principle, because
Yeah,
everybody's doing that. If you can say, I literally have something that I'm giving you everything that I would give anybody else. You don't have to do any work for the business to work. All you have to do is just put your name on it. And so then it's like you're adding an extra service to their business. And then the back end of it is that you get the people who are attracted by that model, like you get to add them to your network.
right. So how would we do that? Because people who have lists and are successfully generating income from them, they're like, why would I change my entire business? I already have a successful business. So it's like they don't need to copy your business because they already have their own.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the only selling point is you don't need to do any of the work. You just copy and paste. But they're like, yeah, but I already have my system that works. Like, what's telling me that your system necessarily works and it's good? And it's like, why would I risk this successful business to copy your business when I'm not sure if it works or not?
Right.
Whereas like, yes, the strategy that I'm pitching, if I'm just pitching the strategy, like, hey, use this strategy in your business, like, yes, it requires upfront setup, but they don't need to risk their business. It's just like, hey, try this thing. It has the potential to generate you a crap ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
If it works, then just promote my offer to your list. If it doesn't work, cool. You gave it a try. You didn't lose anything. Like I understand, like if there's a way to automate that process so they don't have to do any of the work, that would be ideal. I just don't really know how we would do that.
Well, how are you going to automate it for somebody who just signs up directly for your list?
Well, that's the thing. It's literally like the upgrade. They sign up, and instead of receiving the normal email, it's like they receive an alternate version of that email where it's like, all right, here's the subject line, here's the copy, here's the link to the product to ClickBank. Just go there, sign up as an affiliate, get your link, come back here, insert your affiliate link, and just send that to your list. Then all you have to do is just literally go out and build your list. Everything else is just every day, go to your inbox, copy and paste everything that I sent you and send it out to your list. So it's like You never need to go through the trouble of finding the offers, writing the copy. You just copy and paste everything. Whereas the others, like they already have their working business, so they don't need that aspect of it. So the principle is like, this is a done for you business. You just copy and paste, or if you want, you can either hire your own VA to do it for you, or you can upgrade and we provide the VA and they do everything. So you don't even have to do anything. All you need to do is build the audience. So it's like business is set up. Your job, provide the traffic. Ooh, what if we went in reverse and pitched this to like lead gen agencies or people who are good at generating the audience? It's like, hey, you're good at generating audiences, like building audiences, but you get paid because people hire you to build audiences for them. What if you built the audience for yourself and I'm like, you get access to this done for you business? So it's like, it's a different market.
Hmm.
Or I could even go a different route and like find a lead gen agency and just partner with them. So it's like, hey, you provide the traffic, I provide the offers, we split the revenue.
Yeah, that's possible. You just create like a performance-based agreement.
So it's like you kind of give up a certain degree of control, but by doing that strategy, you get the traffic for free.
Mhm.
So that would be another way to go about it. And it's like, we could even do both. We could approach audiences and just be like, hey, promote my offer to your list. And we could approach VA agencies and we're like, hey, we have this automated business and there's a high potential for a lot of income. All we're missing is the audience. That is your expertise. Let's partner up. You provide the audience, we provide the business, and we split the profit 50-50. Just like we don't necessarily own the list per se, but we get like all those people for free.
Mhm.
I'm just wondering what would be the strategy for that, because like the lead gen is like, all right, they pay for the ads and they generate everything, but at the end of the day, who owns the list? Or it could be like a different deal of like, instead of 50-50, it's like, all right, you make 75% of the revenue, but I own the list.
I mean, I feel like you're just renting the list from from the lead gen agency
Like
because
I see it
they're
that way, but
acquiring
at
the
the end of
customer.
the day, they're paying to get that list. So it's
Access
like,
to that
what do they
data.
do with that after? Because like they have no, like they don't care about the list, because what they do best is build the list. They generate the list. They have no use for the list itself.
I don't think that that's true. I think lead gen agencies have a humongous, like every lead that they acquire, they are learning something about that market. So they add it to their master list, which is sliced up in tons and tons of ways,
Yeah, but
which
like
allows
for
them to lower their cost of acquisition. The
yeah,
more
for
people.
research purposes, definitely, but like they can't go out and email that list because it's not really theirs. Like they
Well,
people didn't sign up for their list.
no, that's not really how they would use it. They use it for the data of being able to more accurately hyper target people.
So in that case, who would own the list? Like they get the data, that's fine. They get like that, but like the actual email list, like who would get that? Would that be mine?
Yeah, if you're paying the lead gen agency to acquire those customers for you, once you have the emails, it's yours.
Yeah, if I'm paying them, but that's what I'm saying. If I don't pay them, if I just partner with them, it's like, hey, you go out and generate the leads. I provide the back end business that generates the income, and we just split the profit. At the end of the day, it's like, I didn't pay for the traffic, so why would I get to keep it? But at the end of the day, it's like they paid for the traffic, so they should get to keep it, but they have no use for it because that's not their business model.
I feel like this is like a relevant question. I feel like
Yeah,
anybody who's in business, anytime somebody interacts with your ecosystem at all, it's like you're keeping that data, you're tracking that data. So whether it becomes a main part of your customer base that you're targeting, like it doesn't matter. I mean, I think that part of the skill set of building business is like how do you capture everything that comes into your sphere of influence.
yeah, and I think maybe I'm just overthinking this, and this isn't even something I need to do. Maybe I just need to be like, all right, I'm gonna hire you, build a list for me. And once I determine, all right, this is a good agency, they provide good leads at a relatively good price, then I can partner with them and be like, hey, give me a discount, or like, do I get an affiliate commission for every client that I send your way? And then I just have that as an upsell of my offer. So it's like for clients that sign up, it's like, all right, here's the automated business. If you want to upsell, I'm going to set you up with this lead gen agency that I used in the beginning to grow my list. So I know it's good quality. You can pay them to build a list for you.
Mhm.
And it's like, I never need to partner up with the lead gen agency aside from, hey, I make a commission every time someone signs up to your agency. Because I feel like most lead gen agencies, even if they could benefit and generate more money from partnering with me rather than me paying them, they're like, I just want to be paid up front to do what I do.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering, like, I'm still really interested in this whole idea of growing the list by partnering up with people who already have a list and get them to promote my offer to their list for free. Like, I still really like that. But I don't know if that's necessary, because if we set up this whole system, it's like we make on average $50 per client that's on our list. Like, yeah, okay, we can pay a lead gen agency like $10 per like new people that we get on our list.
Mhm.
We're still making like $40 per person per like that's added to the list per month. So with that amount, like I think we can afford to hire a lead gen agency. It's like maybe trying to find people who have lists and like grow the list that way is just complicating things for nothing.
Yeah, it does feel like if you can if you can pay to generate leads and you know your cost per acquisition is going to be significantly lower than what that customer is worth to you, it's like you don't need to borrow other people's audiences.
I feel like the only thing is with paid ads, there's always kind of like a limit to how much you can spend and how quickly you can grow. Whereas with people who have audiences, like 100,000 people on their list, that allows you to grow your list very quickly.
Thank you, Eden.
And I feel like maybe we just need to do the work of trying a bunch of different things, like lead gen agencies, partnering with people who have lists, finding influencers and getting them to promote like your offer to their audience, and like just try a bunch of different things to see what works and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And then like you have two offers. You have the normal offer of, okay, just here's the fully automated business. You just need to build a list. Included in this is this course that I created where I break down the best strategies to grow your list.
Yeah.
However, if you don't want to do the work yourself and you just want to pay someone else to do it, I partnered with this lead gen agencies. I tried a bunch of different ones. This is the one that I personally used to grow my business in the beginning. So I know it's high quality. I can partner you with them and they build a list for you. But I feel like before we can do that, we have to kind of like test the different things out to know what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we need to do all that work before we offer. We can start the offer off of like, hey, it's $100 per month. Business is fully automated. All you have to do is go out and build the business or build the list yourself. We don't need to provide any service whatsoever on how to build it.
That's true.
It's more valuable later on. Once we have more data, we're like, all right, these are the easiest way to build a list yourself. Here's a quick course overview of how to do that. If you want to automate everything, here's a lead gen agency we're partnered with, and you can pay them to build it for you. We don't need that in the beginning. That's just more valuable later on. Because I feel like this offer, like, because of the audience, it's like, hey, you signed up because you want to make money online. This is the easiest, simplest way to make money online. And it costs you $100 per month. That is a very valuable offer because it's like, hey, this is my business. This is how I'm making my money. I'm running it successfully. You can literally copy my entire business. That is a very valuable pitch. And it's like, as we get more experience in everything, it's like we can automate things more for them. That becomes even more valuable and we can charge more.
Yeah.
But that basic offer is already very valuable. It's like the perfect upsell of like, hey, you're here because you want to make money. This is how I make money. You can copy and paste everything that I'm doing, and you have your entire business set up like in the snap of a finger. Tomorrow, your business is literally already set up.
So how do you sell that without having done it?
You sell you still sell the same thing because like you don't need to, you say like, this is my exact business. This is my strategy. It's like, I have the newsletter, I promote affiliate offers that I find on ClickBank, but I have to go through like doing all the work to find all those offers myself. If you don't want to do that, here's my service where you literally copy and paste everything, the emails, the offers, everything. So the business is fully set up. You just copy and paste everything. Your job, like my job, is to go out and build my audience, build my list. So you're literally copying my entire business from A to Z. And it's like, I don't need to say like, hey, I have like 10,000 people on my list, or I'm making 10,000 bucks per month. I'm like, this is the way that I set up my business. You can copy it exactly. I
Mhm.
never need to say any specifics of I have 100 people on my list, or I have 1,000 or 10,000, or I'm making $5 per month, or like 100 or
Mhm.
1,000 or like 20,000. Like I don't need to provide that. It adds credibility later on. Once this like system is set up, it's like, yeah, I'm making 10,000 bucks per month with this business. You can literally copy and paste it. But in the beginning, I don't need to do that. The simple value of like, this is my entire business. You copy and paste. Just that pitch is valuable enough, because like you look at a lot of businesses online, it's like, all right, they're selling you this, but you have no idea how successful or not they are. The only like success that you see is perceived success of like, oh, well, they have this very like nice professional looking funnel set up. They have this professional video or sales copy pitching their offer. And it's like, they're saying, copy my business. Cool. But I don't actually know how profitable their business is. Yet it seems valuable and profitable.
Yeah, a lot of times you don't know exactly how much they're doing, but they have a lot of social proof of people that they've helped.
Yeah, a lot of the time, but not always. Like you
That's
don't
true.
necessarily need that. In the beginning, like, yeah, sure, it helps. Like if you have social proof and reviews and testimonials and like proof of income and everything, like that helps increase conversions. But I think that just the offer itself is valuable enough that we're going to get some people to sign up. And as we do that, then we start getting the like reviews and the proof of income and everything, and we just slowly scale things up, and it just becomes more and more irresistible as time goes on. Because literally, as an example, my sales or my opt-in page for my list is literally, do you want to make money online? Sign up and I'm going to send you an offer to your inbox every day. Here's a bonus. That's the offer. Super simple, super basic, just text offer. It's converting at a 22% conversion rate right now. If I had testimonials of like, hey, I signed up and I like got this offer, now I'm making like $1,000 per month, like, yeah, okay, that's going to help increase conversions. But just with that one basic offer, I'm already at a 22% conversion rate, which I think is pretty good. And I think it's going to be the same with this offer. It's like just the basic offer is already pretty irresistible. So I'm going to get some people that upgrade, even if it's like 1% in the beginning. Well, if I have 1,000 people on my list and 1% upgraded, well, I have 10 people. Yeah, 10 people. Yeah. 10 people who upgraded, 10 people, that's $1,000 per month. That's already pretty good for a basic offer with no social proof or proof of income whatsoever.
Mhm.
So I think it's just like in the beginning, we have the basic offer, which is enough to launch everything. And then as we start generating more income and getting testimonials and everything, we just add that to the sales page and it just converts at a higher rate. Plus, I feel like at this point, all we need to do is just set it up and start generating traffic and see what happens. I don't know, unless there's something I'm missing. Because like it's very clear and logical in my head, but at the same time, it's in my head. I haven't tested it out. It's like, even though I know it's going to work, I don't know how well it's going to work. Is it going to convert at a 0.5%? or at a 10%? I don't know.
Hmm.
So I think like for now, we've gone as far as we can go theoretically. Next step is just, all right, let's test this. The only thing that we can kind of theorize more and figure out systems for is how do we generate traffic? I think like the backend is just like, all right, we have the basics, we can set it up and see how it goes and kind of like adjust and upgrade and tweak from there. But I
Yeah.
think like the bones of the strategy is already like in place. We already have the strategy.
Hmm.
Only thing we're missing is how do we quickly, cheaply get good quality traffic? And that may just be like, all right, we need to test a bunch of different things. Or maybe it means like we can come up with a strategy that's going to allow us to quickly and effectively grow the traffic without having to spend that much money. If we can do that, that's awesome. If not, then I guess we just have to do the slow and steady of start generating traffic from, you know, paid ads and lead gen agencies and influencers and solo ads and just like slowly build it up and see what works and what doesn't. Because like I'm sure that some version of what we came up with, this whole system is going to work. Maybe not the exact one we have right now, but like it has to work in some way or another. So now it's just a question of, all right, grow the audience.
Yeah.
That's literally our main focus right now. Well, I say our, I mean, it's more mine. It's like once that's set up, we kind of like fuel your business because like instead of finding a lead gen agency, like if you're the expert and you're the one who can figure out how to build audiences quickly, it's like my business runs your business and your business runs my business.
Yeah.
It's like it can be done without that. But if we can find a way to like fuel each other's businesses, that's way better.
Yeah.
So we're back to, all right, Aaron, how do you build an audience quickly, or how do you build a quality audience quickly and cheaply? Or put it another way, hey, Aaron, can you build my audience for me for free? Because like that's the point we want to get to in your
Right.
business. So it's like, all right, how do we get to that point?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like maybe your type of audience building isn't a right fit for newsletters. So maybe that's not what you're meant to do. And that's okay. Like I can build my audience another way. But if we can find a way for you to do that, then that sets up my business. And then by setting up
Mhm.
my business, I help set up your business. So it's like that is the ideal way, but that's not necessarily how it's going to go down. We don't know.
Yeah.
So it's like we found pretty much the nearly perfect system for my business. So how do we find the equivalent of that system for your business? And if it can fuel my business, awesome. If not, well, at least it sets up your business.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think.
I think we've gone as far as we can for now for my business.
Yeah. So I think I need to ask the question is like, what is the fastest way to grow an audience that I have access to?
Realizing with this new like upgrade, because before like when you're thinking build an audience, it can be like on Facebook, but it's like, I have no use for a Facebook audience because my whole business is running a newsletter. But now that I have this upgrade of like, hey, I have this business in a box that you can purchase for $100 per month, and your business is set up, like that still builds my list because by signing up for that offer, they're added to my list.
Yeah.
So it's like now that we have that upsell, your type of list building could actually be applied to my business. But let's forget about my business. So it's like your business. All right. How do we build audiences for people for free and get paid for it?
Okay, so people who need audiences are not necessarily making tons and tons. I mean, they could be making a living, but they might not be making like, ridiculous agency money, like, 30, 50, 100, 200K a month money. So if they need an audience built for them, honestly, I feel like
All right, let me ask you this. Do you really want to build audience for people, or do you want to run an audience for someone and improve the quality of that audience for them? It's like, do you want to be the person who comes in and builds the audience for them and then kind of like walks away? Or do you want to be the person who gets hired to come in to a pre-existing audience and adjust the culture of that audience so they become more valuable and then walk away? Which one is it for you? Or maybe it's a combination of the two. I don't know.
mm, honestly, I have no idea. I'm just thinking like, I don't really know what the like building and growing the audience would look like as like a service other than just building some sort of, lead gen service. Um,
But it depends. Maybe it's like a combination of the two. It's like your offer is, I'm going to build this very valuable audience for you. And the building part, it's not you. You just hire an agency and you're like, all right, build me this list. Your job, what your valuable thing is like you're creating the culture within the group as the audience is built, so that by the time the audience is built, it's
mhm.
a very valuable audience, but you don't necessarily have to be the one who creates the audience itself.
Yeah, okay.
Because I feel like that's what you're really good at. You're really good at talking with people, getting them thinking, and it's like adjusting the interaction, the quality of the audience.
Mhm.
Like, you can develop the skills if you want to of building the audience, but is that something that you want to do?
Yeah, I think it's the like socializing at a distance. I think that's the thing that I find fun, and then like slowly pulling in like the one or two or three people that are like really, really good like fits for like the people that I want to be friends with. Because not everybody is going to be like somebody who appreciates me or that I'm able to get along with. Um, so I think yeah, in some way it's the interacting and creating like building the network and turning it's the I think turning the community experience into a better quality experience. Um,
All right, I have two questions for you. First question I've been wondering for a while. Because you're using the whiteboard, can you actually see me on video? Because if not, I'm holding my phone up for absolutely nothing.
yes, I can.
Yes,
Oh,
you can.
can you not see me? Because
No, all I see
oh,
is the whiteboard. I don't even see myself in the corner.
haha, I'm gonna just stop. I'm gonna stop with the screen share. Let's see here. Cancel. How do I stop? Okay,
No idea. I don't even know what you're using.
it's just built into Zoom. They added this whiteboard feature. I don't know how I close the.
Anyway, I'm assuming that on your end it looks good, but on my end, like the words are like overlapping and everything. It looks really crappy.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. Whiteboard. How do I close the whiteboard though? I have no idea how to get rid of it.
Anyway, it's not important. I was just curious because this entire time I'm just holding the camera and I'm like, I don't know if you can see me.
Sharing the screen will close the whiteboard.
Yeah, there we go. Wait, why am I big and you're small? There we go. That's better. All right. The other question is, so if you don't necessarily want to build the audience, you're more about like audience culture and interaction and like generating more value from that audience.
Mhm.
Then the question for both of us becomes, how do we leverage other people's work or business to build our audience? Like, is there a way for, like, I don't know, our list to be the back end of someone else's offer? So it's like, all right, they signed up for a money making like course. On the back end, it's like hey, you want to make money online? It's like you sign up for this course, but if you want other opportunities, there's this guy who's running this awesome newsletter. You can sign up for it there. And because they already purchased the course, you're going to be way more likely to sign up for that. Or it's like, how can we make the list building automated? Like kind of the same principle of, all right, I just need to find like 2 to 3 people who are email marketers who find all their offers on ClickBank. So I can literally just subscribe to their newsletter, copy and paste their emails, go find the offer in ClickBank, sign up as an affiliate, copy that, and that is my entire newsletter. So I don't have to do any of the work. So it's like, how do we use that principle, but for audience building?
Yeah.
Before we're like, all right, how do you, Aaron, become an expert at building audiences? If that's not really what you want to do, then we still both need to figure out how to build audiences. So how do we do that the most stupidly easy way possible?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's
Like, how do we, is there a way to get access to other people's audience and business as easily as it is to just subscribe to that person's newsletter and just copy their business? Like, is it possible to like do that for the audience?
I feel like everybody who scales is basically just plugging their offer into Facebook ads or YouTube ads. It's like in some form, knowing what your lead acquisition cost is and having a self-liquidating offer is the way to build your audience. I mean, I think there is organic audience building, like that's what Brian does to some extent. Maybe you just need to start there and see what happens.
All right, so my question is, if the strategy is, all right, I want to find people who are running businesses like me and access their audience. One strategy is find those people, then target those people when you run ads on Facebook. That's one way to do it. But I'm just wondering if like finding a way to reach out to those people directly and getting them to promote your offer to their list, I feel like that would be cheaper and the conversion would be higher.
Yeah, you would think so.
I mean, maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. I have no idea. That's just an assumption that I'm making.
Yeah. Brian did a promo in Coaching Jungle. How big is that group?
So my question is, how do we find people with audiences and get them to endorse what we're doing and promote that to their list?
Yeah. Okay. So the Coaching Jungle has almost 23,000 members in the group. So that's pretty targeted audience. Like if you know you're targeting coaches and experts, virtually everybody in this group is going to be a coach. It's called the Coaching Jungle. So Brian paid $5,000 to put an offer in front of the Coaching Jungle. He did like basically a week of promo stuff for Brian's things, and that's all they did. So
And
he paid.
know what results got from that?
Trying to look, see if I can see if he brags about it. Brian Campbell. Oops. Mark approved this post because I paid him $5,000 for the exclusive right to make offers for the next week. Everybody wins. 16 days ago, having a conversation with Graham, I made $24,000 a year in sales, 30 hours from a single comment. Followed up with for 3 hours. All right.
Ooh. All right. Either stupid or very smart concept. What if we go a little meta with this and the ultimate audience owner is the universe? So how do we get the universe to promote our offer to its list, which is pretty much the entire world?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to do that, or am I just kind of like too meta at the moment? Because I feel like we're kind of like in the center field and we're trying to like zoom in. It's like, all right, who has the audience? Where can I find it? But it's like, if we
Mhm.
zoom out, it's like the audience becomes the entire world. And it's like,
Mhm.
if we can find a way to promote it for free, it doesn't matter how many people we promote it to that aren't a right fit because it's free.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, if we're paying, the better quality, the more like focused the audience is, the better. But if it's free,
Yeah.
you can zoom out and just like blast this to the entire world. And it's like, all right, can we do it at that level? If so, how do we do that?
Yeah. Hmm. I know what I have to do. I'm gonna kidnap the president of the United States.
Uh, well, I'm glad it's not Trump anymore because that would suck. Having him as a prisoner. Ugh.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what you would
It's
what
more
the
like
right.
we're in this floating space of like, all right, let's not try to be smart about this. Let's just explore all the random
Mhm.
various things there would be. So it's like we've explored the, all right, who has an audience that we can go to? Now it's like random, like, all right, the ultimate audience is the entire world. The owner of that audience is the universe. How do we get the universe to promote us to the world?
Huh.
Please? I tried. Although, okay,
When
let's explore this from a like money magnet or think and grow rich, like that kind of mindset. Like, what was it? Let's say a month ago?
okay,
No, not even a month ago, like three
we
weeks
have.
ago, that we decided, okay, we're gonna become money magnets. And
Mhm.
it's like, okay, within 6 hours, I got like almost 10,000 bucks that I took out of my investment. The next day, I got another 3,400 bucks of tax return. And I thought that
Mhm.
was it. And then yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, I got another like 2,800 that I wasn't expecting. So it's
Mhm.
like, all right, this money magnet thing is working. So there's definitely something to this.
Hmm.
Like, can we use this principle, but instead of money, we attract an audience?
We need to be marketing mavens that attract audiences.
Aaron's marketing mavens. I don't know. Or, okay, what is the currency that we have an endless supply of? that we can just throw out of and like randomly come up with. And I like what's coming up for me is ideas.
Mm-hmm.
We come up with so many ideas, yet we don't really always want to go out and do it.
Okay, that's a good idea. We just said.
What's your idea? Ideas. Okay.
So I just found out that the market that I'm helping, like the CrowdScale crew, they're paying at least $100 a month to be in this group. They're asking for help, and the biggest thing that they need help with right now is like they don't understand themselves enough to make an offer. They don't have enough ideas. They don't have enough clarity to say something about their business that will get clients. So what if we just spent like a couple weeks and did like a blitz run of offer building calls? Like get on a group call. It's like 3, 4 people. Tell us about your business. Oh, okay. And then we just ask lots and lots of questions and kind of float it out until, because on the calls that I did 2 group calls last week, and both groups had people in them that were like, almost everybody in them were like, yeah, like I'm so excited for you. I'm glad you're making money. I'm not sure what I'm doing yet, or like I've gotten some clients that are paying me, but like I don't know, I don't have an offer or that sort of thing. And it was clear to me that like the reason they want somebody else to market them is they don't know how to market themselves. They don't have a thing that's like, this is who my target audience is. This is what my offer is. I'm like, well, we can just give you 100 ideas until something's like, that feels like me. That feels like something that I could go talk about. And then it really is up to the market. It's like, okay, go talk to those people, ask them for feedback, say, if I did this, do you want it? If they say no, then say, what do you want? If they say yes, then put a price on it and then keep raising it until people stop paying. But I mean, I feel like the networking part of just getting to know people and then helping people, like that I could do all day.
All right. What if we combine a few different elements? What if we take the one question business approach and find people with audiences and pitch that to them? It's like, hey, hire us to work with you and to simplify your business down to one simple question to make all your marketing and all your messaging way easier.
Mm-hmm.
If you're satisfied with the result, promote our offer to your list.
Mm-hmm.
We get paid in audience. Instead of getting paid money for our services,
Mm-hmm.
like you pay us by promoting our offer, so we build our list.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is something we can easily do. It's something that's valuable. And because we're not asking money, it's an easy sell for someone. It's like, hey, we're going to help you simplify your business, narrow it down to one single question. If you're satisfied, if you're not satisfied, you don't need to pay anything. If you're satisfied, then you promote our offer to your business.
Hmm. Okay. So
Or it depends. We could do like an option. We could be like, hey, this is our service. You can either pay us a flat fee or you can promote our offer to your list. It's like if the person's like, nope, you know what? I don't want to promote your offer, but I want your service. I'm just going to pay for it. We get paid. Cool. We make money. If not, well, they promote our offer and we build our list. Either way, we win.
mm-hmm. Okay, so what if we did, okay, yeah, what if we tested like a offer building framework. Like if you don't have an offer, we'll help you get clear on what that offer is and have that be like a low ticket offer.
The thing is, I don't think it needs to be a low ticket offer. I think it can be a high ticket offer. Of like, hey, pay us $1,000 and you'll get that like laser focused clarity of this is my business. Is that worth $1,000 to you? Because what's the point of building the foundation when you're not clear on what you're doing? If you had that laser clarity of like, this is the one question that the people I'm going to help are asking, then you have the clarity to build a business.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, what is that one question that is going to be the foundation of your entire business? It's like, that can be really valuable because without that, you can build your entire business and it just falls apart.
All right, I'm gonna post this in the group and I'm gonna see if that helps anybody. Because we just right now all we need is volume on this thing. We need to figure out, is this easy enough for people to figure out and apply? Or is this something they need us to like make them sit down and focus and give us enough information to like figure out that question? Because if people can, if just putting the idea in front of them is enough, it's clear enough for somebody to be like, of course, I just need to find that one question and they can come up with that themselves. Like that can be, like we don't have to be involved. We can teach that one time and that can be a low ticket offer. Like that can be a resource that we could sell.
We could, but I feel like if we go for the high ticket offer and it's like, we don't need volume, we need like quality. And I think that you're becoming really good at that. And it's like, because we're like, all right, how do we build an audience? And we're so focused on that, that maybe the solution is, what do we have right now that's super valuable that we can charge for and just use the money we make from that to pay someone to build the audience for us? So it's like, if we charge $1,000 per client, we hire a VA to go get us clients, we get 10 clients per month, we each make $5,000 per month. We invest that $5,000 and hire a VA or lead gen agency to build our audience with $5,000 per month. We're going to build the audience very quickly. So it's like, maybe we're just so stuck on how do we build the audience ourselves that we're like missing what's right in front of us. And maybe what's right in front of us is, all right, we have this one question business like offer that we can charge a lot of money for because it's really valuable. So maybe that's just how we make a bunch of money to set up our business so that we can then automate everything and we never have to work again. Then again, maybe that's not the solution. I don't know, but I think like maybe taking a step back would be good because we're so like focused in that we're kind of spinning in circles.
All right. So, I mean, we came up with a lot of people need a list, and the right question to ask is like, do you want me to help you grow your list? I mean, that's basically what every lead gen agency asks. Like they have their own language for it, but that's what they're asking everybody. It's like, do you want us to get you clients? That's what we're asking. It's like, do you want us to get you clients? So the question for me, I guess, is like, how do you get people clients and how much does it cost, I guess? does it cost me? Can I help people get clients without it costing?
So is that really what you want to do? Because for me, like I've become very clear on, I want to have my own list,
Mm-hmm.
but I have that control and recurring income and doing whatever I want. And I know that I
Yeah.
can automate it whenever I want. Like once this thing is running, I could just hire a VA to just do all the work for me. And the systems
Yeah.
can be set up and I literally don't have to do anything. I know
I
that that's what I want as a business.
yeah.
For you, like, do you want to build audiences? Or is that just like what you feel like you need to do in order to do what you really want to do?
Yeah, I mean, really what I want is I want people to just do what I tell them. Like I want an army of people that I can just be like, here's what I want next. Go do this. Um, like that's what I really want. I want an engine to manifest the things that I can dream up. So I
Okay.
really want a community that's like, what's the next cool thing we're gonna build? And then I say, all right, here's what it is, here's how we're gonna do it. Um, figure out the details. And people are like freaking excited to go do it.
So do you want to build a community to do that? Or is just making a crap ton of money and then hiring people to do what you want to do, if like something that you'd be okay with?
Um, I mean, I feel like I'd rather get a community to do it. I can see the process of that just a tiny bit more. Um, I feel like I feel like paying people and then still having to motivate them to do like what we're seeing now is that money is still not enough to motivate people
Yeah.
because Gen Zers won't stay in their jobs. People like us are like, all right, I'm smart. I should just go out on my own and build a business. Like that people aren't looking at a job as a big enough transaction to keep them. They want purpose, they want meaning, they want like I feel like I'm making a valuable contribution here. The money isn't enough anymore. And so
But my
I think if you
question
can
is,
just bypass that and say, if you can just figure out how to get people to do things and be excited to do them.
so you want an audience. My question is, do you need to build the audience yourself? Or can you build a business that's very simple, automated, that generates a bunch of money so you can hire, let's say, a VA or a lead gen agency to go build that audience for you. And your job is just running that audience and creating the culture. So
Mhm.
do you yourself need to be the one who goes out and creates that audience?
It's a really good question. Probably not. If I have a clear high ticket offer, I mean, if you're making enough money, you can delegate everything else out that you don't want to do, including acquiring the leads, which is fine. Um, I what I see
Just
is
because
like there's two separate things. Like I don't know how I can make what I want and the business be like. I don't know if they need to even be that.
I don't think it needs to be, because I think that was my biggest problem for most of my past businesses. I'm like, how can I combine what I want to be, what I want to do with the business that I create? And I try to combine the two and force it together, and it just
Hmm.
never ends up working out. And when it fails, it like destroys me because I'm like, this business was me.
Hmm.
Whereas now I'm like, I don't really know what I want to do. I know it involves like, traveling and adventures and sharing stories and inspiring people. But it's like all this entire business that we've been talking about that I'm setting up has absolutely nothing to do with that. It's just a way to automate making money so that I then have the freedom to go out and do whatever I want. And I'm just wondering, like, is that a system that would work well for you or not? Because like if you remove the need of this needs to represent who I am, then it just comes down to what is the most effective way to generate money so that I then have the freedom to go out and do what I want or pay someone to help me do what I want. It's like you want to build an audience. All right, if you have $1 million, you can build a very big audience very quickly, very targeted. And all you have to do is just run that audience, which is what you want to do. It's like you can go the way of combining the two and building that into a business, but do you need to and do you want to? I don't know. All right, do you want to try something just for fun?
Yeah.
All right, let's never talk again. No, what if we start with the end? So it's like, whether it's in question form or statement form, like at the simplest, like at the core of it, what do you want? Like, is it an audience, like you were saying, like the audience that you can kind of like control so that you can be like, this is my idea, go make it happen? Like, what exactly is the specific detailed end result that you want? My perception from what you've said is you want to be a visionary slash inventor.
Yeah, I mean, I think really, I just want to be like a storyteller that that I mean,
Oh,
in my head, I wanted to be a director, but I'm okay if like the magic sauce or like the thing that I figure out in terms of my storytelling is like doesn't have to come in that form. Like it could be a community where we're building something and it's like the marketing and the inviting like is the documentary like the experience of being in the community is the movie or
it
but
sounds
I don't know.
like you want to be a real life screenwriter slash director. So it's like you want to come up with the idea, you want to direct the people, and instead of being a movie, it's like it's an audience of people who can go out and create that in the real world.
Hmm. Yeah, and in some sense, like making a movie kind of does that in the sense that like you take something that's just an idea all the way to something that people can see, and it's like the process of doing that is that.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like I agree with you, but at the same time, it's fake. It's like I'm telling this fake story. So it's like the movie and everything is real, but it's kind of fake in a way. So I feel like you want to do that, but in a real way.
Right, but I think in some sense, I think that only matters to me. Like I think it's sort of like people don't recognize that that's important or that they want it. They may not even want it. But something like a movie is a thing that they can understand. It's like a thing that they can see. Ooh, pizza.
Lunchtime?
Yeah.
Whoa, it's
This is
1:26.
yeah, we've been talking for a while.
And I
This
like
is
how
really
the conclusion is like, do we even want to do what we want to
I
do?
know, right? But that's the thing, is like I think I do. I think part of what I sense is that you can't you can't like fast forward to get there. It's like the way to get there is like you do one thing to the next thing to the next thing to the next thing. So it's sort of like I'm not going to be the one building the audience and doing the marketing, but it's like being the guy who's done all of those things means that I can talk to the guys who are doing the marketing, who are building the audiences, and I'm like, no, no, no. This is the bop, 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 bop. Here's the path, here's the step. And so like then they're like, oh yeah, okay, that's totally clear. I can get people on page on the big picture scale so they can go figure out the details. And I think that that's kind of what I've always seen is like if I can learn things in the broad strokes so that that's all I really need to be good at is the broad strokes of like understanding things from the theoretical level so that the people who are actually really like doing that can go do it. And
I
anyway,
think this is the principle of you need to do it to realize that you didn't need to do
yeah,
it.
exactly. I've been doing something really stupid, but I put on earbuds so that the audio won't be coming through the speakers. And then I have like movie soundtrack stuff going through like as we're talking. So I wanted to try and experiment to see if like does playing music like does it do something similar kind of like when you're on a walk or something where you can kind of
Yeah.
float and like let the flow of something in the environment kind of match what you're doing or like let that influence where the conversation goes. I'm not sure if it's working or not, but it's been interesting like having the like it feels like we're in like a scene from something.
I'm
Maybe
glad one of
maybe
us thinks so, because for me, it's just a normal, boring, well, not boring, but you know what I mean, like a normal conversation. All right, so I'm not quite sure what the conclusion is, and I don't think we had any big breakthroughs today, but I think we got a lot of clarity on what not to do.
yeah.
Like, for me, the biggest takeaway is maybe I don't need to find like a magical solution to build the audience. Maybe I just need to do it the old-fashioned way.
Hmm.
And it's making me realize that I'm doing what I should be doing, which is setting up a business that I'm not necessarily passionate about,
Hmm.
that's going to be able to generate a lot of income, and that's going to be fully automatable.
Hmm.
So then I can have the freedom to go out and do whatever it is I want, which is what I've always wanted. But it's like I've always put pressure on myself of like, this needs to generate money. This needs to be business. It's like if I just set up the business and everything's on autopilot, then I can go do whatever I want and not have the pressure of this needs to make money. So basically I sold out. Yay. But I'm enjoying selling out. It's a fun process. All right, this has been a very boring conversation, but in the best way.
I feel like we're gonna, you know what? We're so stupid.
Yes, I agree, but why?
What you said earlier, it's like, what do we have that's unlimited that we can get? Like, literally, it's this. This is what we're good at. It's like just talking about stupid stuff for hours. Like we are quite literally content generators. Like we are the content. If we can make that into the product and figure out how to monetize it, then we have something. Because I would do this all day with you.
Oh
Like
yeah,
I could literally just do a live stream like this all day, and like maybe maybe that's all it needs to be is like we just have a live stream hangout. It's like we're probably talking 3-4 hours a day.
dude,
That's the membership model, and it's like we
dude.
just snip out like the 15 minutes that's the sexiest part of what we talked about that day, and then that's the lead.
Dude, remember the concept? Well, I didn't really come up with it, but we talked about like a couple months ago of like live streaming your entire life, like 24/7.
Mhm.
Life streaming.
Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
And maybe we don't need to do it ourselves. Maybe we just need to create the app, called live streaming, where people can literally live stream their entire life, like unedited,
There's a whole
24/7.
Wikipedia article called Life Streaming is an act of documenting and sharing aspects of one's daily social experiences online via a live stream website that collects the things person chooses to publish, photos, tweets, videos, and presents them in reverse chronological order. So yeah, that's not a new thing by any stream. The mid 1990s, so the term live stream was coined.
But I feel like if we create an app called Live Stream, where it's just like, literally that's the concept, stream your life unedited. And it's like, this could be like the next social network.
Mhm.
Like it has that potential, and we don't really need to do it ourselves. Like we can do it ourselves, like to launch it, to demonstrate what it can be.
Mhm.
But it's like, is that really all we need to do? Just like launch the app?
Mhm. Maybe. Hmm.
Because I feel like a lot of very successful things like Facebook start off as something very simple. Like same for TikTok. It's like, all right, just like very short, like punchy videos.
Mhm.
This is the opposite. Long, boring, unending videos, but it's real life.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess the question is like, we need to research who's doing this model and making money at it. I mean, because I know that there are people out there who have basically lifestyle vlog channels, and that's, you know, what they do for, I don't know if you make gobs of money, but if you can make it sustainable, and we know enough about business that we could turn it into, like, keep leveraging up from, well, maybe we don't just stop there.
Yeah, maybe that's what we need to do. Like if we decide, let's set up this app, we just like create the app, launch it, and then reach out to like, you know, travel vloggers and things like that. And it's like, hey, there's this app you can join for free. And like,
Mm-hmm.
if you like it, you can promote it to your audience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, that's how we grow it. Anyway, just an idea. I don't know if we need to do this or if this is right for us, but I just love the concept of like live streaming.
Yeah.
It's just so perfect. Because that's pretty much what floating is.
Mm-hmm.
It's like existing together, living life in a specific way. And it's like, yeah, it's live streaming, floating, live streaming. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
it's very similar. All right, anyway, I'm gonna let you go eat, and I'm realizing that I'm hungry too, so I'm probably gonna go eat too.
Sounds good.
But I'm glad that we have this recorded, because just this one concept of live streaming could be the one thing that we need. Or it could not be, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what comes out of this, because I think realized that that's really the part that actually motivates me. Like doing the business and doing, like, you know, doing stuff with other people. It's like, well, it's the with other people that I actually like. I mean, I do the with other people so that I make myself do the other things. And it's like,
Oh, dude. And what if this, the live streaming, we create an apps like that is the community that you want? And it's like it allows us to just do what we do, like this whole floating thing.
hmm,
We set up in the proper way, can generate money at the same time, and it has that built-in audience, which is what you want anyway.
yeah.
And it's like, for me, my thing is like, storytelling and like motivation is like, yeah, well, if people watch our content, that's what we're doing.
Hmm.
This one thing could combine everything that we both want to do.
Interesting. So the idea is you build a community where you can do what you want to do in your life with other people who want to do that too.
It's
You're
literally,
literally offering the value of community to people who want that.
yeah, so it's like, it's basically an anti-social network, because like, not in the sense of like, oh, I'm anti-social, in the sense of like, social networks are supposed to connect people, but it's always like, present the best version of you. It's like fully edited and it seems perfect, but it's like, no, this is raw, unedited. This is your life. Like, share your
Okay.
life publicly. Stop holding back. Just like, if you're comfortable with who you are, just share it. It's going to inspire other people.
So is there a way that we could leverage on social media? Because that's what social media is designed to do, but almost nobody does. And can we like come up with like a the Pied Piper call of the people who will be fulfilled doing that, who recognize like, oh yeah, I need to do that, but I just need to do it with other people who are doing it, so I don't feel like I'm the one who's going first. I'm not throwing myself out there and everybody's like, who cares, or what are you doing that for, or like we're tearing them down.
I feel like a good way to do this would be like with a challenge kind of thing of like, hey, we created this app, and for the
Mhm.
next year, we're broadcasting 24/7. And it's like, we go to like all media outlets, all audiences, and just like pitch that to like, TV stations and podcasts and audience and everything. And just like, this is the challenge. But our goal, the reason we're doing this is because we want to create a social network that is actually social, that is actually real, that's not fake. And it's like, we're putting ourselves out there because we're willing to expose everything about ourselves to show like, this is it. Yeah. Go.
Okay, so this is the idea of Web3, right? It's like a peer-to-peer network that's independent of like centralized servers and hubs. So what if the like Web3 that we build is like, we can build Web3 inside of like an organic Web3 inside of an existing social network. So it's like you become the information source to other peers, other people inside the network. So you're using a platform like social media to connect, but it's like you're literally just connecting to other people. Um,
All right. So I feel like if we do this, we would need to do this seriously. Like, not let's just do it and like try to do it ourselves. Like, no, okay. We need to find someone who can build the app for us. We need to find someone who can be kind of like the publicist and put the message out there. And just like, I'm more than happy to be the one who's like, all right, I'm going to put my entire life on display 24/7 for a year. Like, I'm okay with doing that. Like, that type of challenge I would be totally up for. I don't know if you would be, maybe your role would be different, but it's like, if we want to do this, like, we need to do this seriously and like
mhm.
find the right people to do this.
I feel like Randy's project would be like a great test case for this. Like in some
If you,
sense, we're trying to attract that type of person. So like he's already paid me to be like, help me find people like this. So like if we're looking at it through that lens of like, all right, Randy's thing, we're getting paid to build the marketing for who are the authentic people who want to connect to other people, who want to do life with other people. But it's like this is the first version or iteration. Like, all right, can we successfully get people into a membership like that? And if we can do that, then it's like, how do you either broaden the scope or narrow the scope to this is what we're doing. We want to find other people who want to do it too, and start building like a network of content creators who are just, the content is their life. And then it's not necessarily that you're there to generate the content, but in the process of living out with other people, you're sharing it so that the right people, I I think what this is, because in some sense it's like,
I think it's a combination of like selling the dream of like everyone kind of wants to be an influencer. And at the same time, everyone's like, I don't want to like be fake. I'm like pretending to be like this person on social media, but it's like my real life, I feel different. So it's like they want
mhm,
that freedom to fully be themselves. And at the same time, they want like to be admired by other people and
mhm,
have like that influence. So it's like if we can sell that in such a way of like you're living your normal life will give you that freedom to completely be yourself and stop being fake.
mhm,
And at the same time, you can become that influencer by just broadcasting your life. And I
mhm.
feel like people who are going to shine are going to be people who have like a different lifestyle of like, let's say you're like, I don't know, like post-op, like trans woman, and it's like you literally broadcast your life of this is what it's like to be me. And a
Mhm.
lot of other people who are like in that same boat or like connect with that are going to be like, oh my God, I'm getting so much value from this.
So are we literally building like church for
We're building the next
influencers?
social media platform, like
It's
the
like,
first real social media platform, because all the other ones are like gimmicks and like attention grabbing and fake.
well, it's trying to sell something to people who don't realize that that's what they actually want. Like if you're targeting the people who realize that, no, that's an integral part of the life I'm trying to cultivate, but you say, well, let's just niche down to like only the people who want that.
And I feel like on the back end of this, because like all social medias are companies, they need to generate money. The back end of this would be to use the influencer model of setting up like companies who can pay people who are living their normal lives and be like, hey, I'm going to promote you, pay you to promote this product or this offer, like influencers normally do.
Hmm.
Like that is the way we generate money. So it's not like ads, it's literally like
Yeah.
people living their lives being influencers and choosing what they want to promote because it fits with who they are.
Yeah. Okay. So I think the thing that makes this valuable is you get the whole group generating gobs and gobs of content, and then you build an engine that like edits the whole thing down. Like you basically have some sort of filter that's like, what is the 2-minute version of what the community is doing? So it's like all of the whole community is generating all this massive stuff, but it's like all of the most exciting, the most human and relatable parts of it are the parts that all get shared as this is what our community is. So everybody's contributing to the main
I think,
like marketing and message of the vision. And
yeah,
then everybody collectively becomes that avatar of um they become the influencer by being part of the whole. Like
I
the
feel like,
community essentially becomes the advertisement for look at what life can like it's the this is maybe an alternative upgrade to what life can be.
and I feel like maybe this is more like next level down the line, but there could be like, there's the live stream and then there, or live stream, and then
Mhm,
there's like highlights of like portions, like segments that were like really interesting that people really liked. And I feel like the strategy for that would be kind of like the equivalent of the likes, but it's
mhm.
timed. You're watching this is super valuable. So you're like, you press that like whatever life button, and it's like for the
Yeah.
next minute, you're like, this is valuable. And the more people vote, the more valuable it
Mhm.
gets. It can be like those like peaks, and those peaks can automatically be like added to your like
Oh, snap.
like what
I know what we need to build.
okay.
It's a third party service that scrapes the data from say like Facebook or YouTube. So as the engagement explodes, it automatically says, "Oh, this is valuable," and it cuts out a chunk and like it curates that with meta tagging. So then the service is you watch the highlights reel of what your channel or your thing is doing, it automatically generates that based on how engaged the community is.
Yeah, exactly. So there's the live stream and then the highlights. Where it's
Yeah.
like people like, and if there's a period of like 5 minutes where like ton of people liked it, it's like, all right, that segment is going to be
Mhm.
automatically added to the highlights.
Yeah. So if you build in like AI auto transcription service that is able to smartly curate what it thinks is valuable and then measures that against what the audience is engaging on, you can train an AI that's like can edit like and condense things smartly based on what the audience actually likes. And basically anytime you do like a 2-hour live stream, it'll cut together like a here's the 4-minute version of, you know, the thing. It's like it takes no work, but it's like all the best of the best that actually gets your audience engaged. There it is. There's your marketing. And so you can get people who do like a 2-hour training, and then it's like this is what people actually want to see.
Hmm. All right, that seems almost like a different thing. Like it
Yeah,
could be used
I
for
mean
this, but it's like you could sell this as a product in itself.
mhm. Yeah, but I think the membership of being involved in a community with that level of intimacy and engagement, I think is really valuable, where the networks can be um, leveraged. I mean, not leveraged, like the networks make your quality of life better. Um, but yeah, I should probably go in and eat. I
But
feel
I
like we're
think
starting to circle something new that feels like it could go somewhere. Like this might be a,
this
might
feels
be the
like,
direction.
okay, you know, when a while back we had the like idea of the platform to like sell and like invest in ideas and stuff, for like this could be $1 billion idea. This new one, like this social platform thing, could be $1 billion idea. Like it has that potential. Doesn't mean it will be, but it
Hmm.
could.
I wonder if there's a way for you to start with one to build the other. Like if you can model, I don't know. I probably
Yeah,
really should go.
yeah, you probably should, but we need to come back to this at some point.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna put this on I'm gonna make a note on tomorrow's. Pick up the social media
Life
billion
stream.
dollar idea.
I love the name so much. I just hope no one's taken it for an app.
Life stream.
Yeah, it's just live streaming. It's just so perfect.
It's been around long enough. It might be somebody might own the intellectual property on it, but it's possible. I mean, yeah. All right. Well, I gotta go. We'll see you later, man.
All right, enjoy your dinner or lunch.
All
Sorry.
right. See ya. Bye.
Bye.